Hi guys, and welcome to the weigh-in video for this month, well, for June. I wanted to do this earlier, but unfortunately the lens I use for almost all my filming broke. So I had to get another second-hand one, can't go wrong with that. And I've been waiting for it to arrive, and today's the 1st of July when it actually arrives. So I weighed them yesterday when we were still in June, so I already know the weights, but I figured we'd film them like this today. So definitely this month has been subtle in terms of weight gain and loss, and Diego is pretty much the same. So basically last month he was 93 grams and this month he's 92. Diego's never really been a worry of mine when it comes to weight because he's always eating. I have some mealworms here, just look at his reaction to mealworms. Diego! Diego! Got some mealworms! Got some mealworms! Got some mealworms? Yeah, so he will eat like literally anything. Now for Gizmo, so obviously it's in the afternoon and she's got a light on for 2 hours. I am going to be doing a review on this light. I was going to do it a month after using it, but the entire first month of her using it, she laid 3 eggs and her behaviour just wasn't normal because of that, so I couldn't really compare her behaviour before the light and during the light. I can't really compare them because they weren't normal while she was using the light because she's laying so many eggs, if you get what I mean. So I've decided to probably do the review in July after she's been using the light for 2 months. But once again, her weight hasn't really changed. So last month she was 45 grams. She laid an egg at the start of the month and dropped down to 38 grams. And I weighed her yesterday and she's 45 grams still. However, the day before yesterday she ate 10 mealworms, so I definitely see progress on the horizon, and I really think June is our turning point and they're going to build up their weight during July, August and September. Now for Ziggy. So Ziggy has been asleep quite a bit. She's only just sort of woken up, obviously because it's in the evening time. If you are thinking about getting a leopard gecko, just be aware that up until like 6-7 o'clock you should just leave them to sleep. Don't get them out in the middle of the day, let them sleep and then they'll be awake in the evening. So yeah, even now look, Ziggy's a little bit drowsy. So Ziggy also ate 10 mealworms. She also actually actively hunted some crickets, which was good. I put some in and she didn't seem very interested, and I put them actually right near her and she really didn't seem interested, and then I put them like halfway across her tank and she just started chasing after them and actually ate them. And that's why I did a video called Encouraging Your Leopard Gecko to Eat, because each one of my geckos have different ways that they prefer to eat. As silly as that may sound, just by putting crickets near Ziggy, she didn't want to eat them. Further away where she can actually chase them, she wants them. With Minnie, if they're further away, she might not even bother with them and will prefer them close up. So it really varies. You should really try out different techniques to work out what your gecko prefers. Now once again, her weight hasn't really changed. But last month she was 65 grams and this month she is 66. I haven't seen any signs of her going to lay eggs or anything, so I think she'll pretty much reabsorb them. I find that after Gizmo lays her eggs, everyone just calms down a little bit, so I think that's what's happened with Ziggy. And hopefully if Gizmo doesn't lay any more eggs, we should be fine. However, she has been like excessively digging recently, and I have a little video of it. I don't know whether to upload it on its own or something. Maybe I'll do that at some point, but it's kind of cute. But yes, Ziggy is doing perfectly fine. Now for Minnie. I feel like Minnie doesn't get much airtime because where her vivarium is really difficult to set up a camera outside of it, and it doesn't always have the best light for my filming. That's why so many people see Diego, especially in photos, because he gets just the right lighting, so everyone likes Diego. But Minnie's really cute too. Minnie will be 9 this year as well. Interesting fact. And she hasn't had to go to the vet this month, so that's awesome. Her eye is still sort of bad, but I don't think it disturbs her as much. I don't think it's ever going to get better. It's one of those conditions that just gradually gets worse, and I think it just occurs because of how her eye just developed wrong while she was in the egg, and it's just something you've got to deal with, and I think she does deal with it really well because she's always sort of had an issue with her eyes, so when it comes to hunting she's actually surprisingly good, considering there's probably a little bit of an impairment with her sight. Anyway, she is probably the biggest surprise when it comes to weight because she has been eating a bit. She hasn't eaten loads, but she ate mealworms, which is great for Minnie. She has eaten a few crickets, some waxworms, like she's done quite well. And I thought maybe she would have gained a gram or stayed the same weight. But last month she was 52 grams and this month she was 49. So that was quite surprising. Probably the only leopard gecko to lose a significant amount of weight, and that's only 3 grams, so I guess it's not that bad. What I would do, I think she's got her appetite back, so I think she will eat. But if it does seem like her weight is just dropping and she's not eating, I may try the grub pie with her. But I'm not too worried. I mean, she's active, she looks alright. I just think she needs to eat a little bit more, because in February she started off at 65 grams, so ideally we want to get her back to that weight. Now for my crested geckos. So first is Lyra. I think a lot of people forget I have 2 crested geckos. They just think they see Isla twice, and plus I have Isla and Lyra, so the names are really similar, but this is Lyra. She lives in the bigger tank and she is currently up amongst her moss on top of this planter. That's why I've aimed the camera towards her. And you may be able to see this pilea here. This plant has grown so much since I originally planted it. And I really need to do an update on this tank to show you guys some stuff, because I have like chopped a few things down, replaced some plants and added some and taken some away and all of that sort of thing. So I really want to do an update on this before I have to chop down this plant, but I really need to chop this down a bit. But anyway, back to Lyra. Her weight hasn't changed too much like the others. So last month she was 38 grams, this month she's 39. She still absolutely loves her food. She's not so keen on live food very much nowadays. When I first got her and she was really underweight, like she would eat anything. She would eat like crickets all the time and her Pangea food, but now she's just more about the Pangea. But that's about it with her. She's looking fantastic, so I'm very happy she has gained 1 gram. And finally we have Isla, who is sleeping on one of her mushrooms. It's actually quite rare to see her asleep out in the open. Recently she has been spending a lot of time behind the cork piece on the background and also in her coconut. So that's normally where you'll find her in the daytime, but I have noticed she has become slightly more active recently. Now you may have seen the video where I revealed that she's carrying eggs. I haven't bred her or anything like that, but she's carrying eggs and I thought that might affect her weight. It certainly affected her appetite. She hasn't really been eating too much, and I know it was my mission to get her to gain weight this month, but with the eggs, I didn't want to force it too much on her. I've been making sure she's getting enough calcium. Last night I managed to get her to eat 2 waxworm cocoons because I sort of squished them a bit, so it was mainly fluid, so it's easier for her to eat, and they were dusted in calcium, so she got a boost of calcium. So last month she was 33 grams and this month she's 31. So considering she's carrying massive eggs, she's actually lost 2 grams, so that's kind of odd. But I'm hoping during July she may actually lay these eggs. It's so frustrating, but exciting at the same time. I've got a little incubation box and some perlite stuff to put the eggs in, even though I don't know if they're actually going to hatch out anything, but you know, it's worth a try, right? But yes. That was my weigh-in video for my geckos. As you've seen, it's been very subtle. I really think June is the turning point. I think we're all gonna start gaining a bit of weight during July and hopefully back to our normal weights by August or September. That's my aim anyway. So this one's been a bit of a different weigh-in video for you guys today, but I hope you've enjoyed it and thank you very much for watching.